everybody. Today we're going to take a trip to an area in the mountains around La Union, and we're going up to visit a pastor in his church who has asked us to come up and help them grow the church, and we want to be a part of our network of churches. And we're also going to do a service in a new village that it's a new church plant. One of my pastors has started working there, so you'll see it's pretty crude, and as far as the structure goes, and not a lot of people yet, but that's how it starts. So it's in a place where there is no church right now, so our goal is to see a church there too. The two places that we're going to are Lejigua, and Campanario. So I hope you enjoy the trip. Come along with us. Here we are at they call it the Black Bridge here. We're getting ready to go up into the mountains. Got to go to a couple different places today. Talk to a couple different pastors, do a service in one of them, and so usually there's a river here, but it's just been so dry. There's no water, so we sure makes crossing things easier, but but it's not good for us who drink water from the river or get the water from the river. So but anyway, this is the beginning of the trip for today. I hope you enjoy it. Lampocoy, actually going to Campanario. We got to do a service this afternoon, and we got to go to Campanario and meet with a pastor and some people about some other things. Right now it's dry. You can see the vegetation around us. It's just very dry out here right now. And that's that time of year. It's going to be 106 today. So, you know, it's just part of living here in Zacapa, Guatemala. So you can see fire over there across the valley. They burn off the fields, and they're getting ready they burn them off so that when the rain starts coming, they can, everything's burned off, and they can plant their seeds. They usually do that after it rains 2 times. They'll start planting, but sometimes it's a mistake. It'll rain 2 times, and then it won't rain again for another month, and all the seed dies. But that's just the guessing game you play here in Guatemala. So we'll be on this road for about an hour and a half, and then we'll pick up one of the pastors and we'll go to Campanario and have some time with the pastor and some other people over there, and then we'll head back to Tacharte to do service at 3 o'clock this afternoon. So hope you enjoy the trip. We'll try to get some more shots of mountain roads as we go up higher and higher. So this is a landslide. It's like a half a kilometer, half a mile long. The whole side of the mountain. One day it was raining a lot. It'd been raining for weeks, and this whole side of this mountain went down. There was a cell tower on top of it. The cell tower went down. There were some houses down at the bottom. Unfortunately, they didn't get covered up. They just pushed them down the mountain. But as you can see, the whole thing goes all around. This whole side of this mountain just slid down the mountain, and it was pretty crazy. So the only way you can see up there's some pieces from the cell tower still, and the road was closed for a couple days, and we all cut a little path up over the top, but it was pretty sketchy also. But we were able to keep running and keep going, and so. But it's still, when it rains, you know, you always gotta wonder if it's gonna do it again. So it was pretty nuts. That was the end of it there. But there's places like that all over these mountains. When it's raining, rainy season comes, it gets really, really crazy. Because big chunks of mountainsides just slide down the mountain, and if the road's on that big chunk, it closes the road for sometimes a long time. So anyway, but that's just life in the mountains. A little higher in the mountains, we're a place called Cari, which is just before we get to Tajote and Lapacoy, and a little farther down the road's Campanario. But up in these mountains, we're up above, we're around 3,000 feet. Around 2,600 feet is where they start planting coffee, and we're up in coffee, the whole La Union mountain range where they sell coffee or they grow coffee. You can see up here on the left, these are all coffee plants up here. And, the picking season pretty much just ended, so now they won't be doing growing any more coffee or picking any more coffee until September. But this is where it happens, man. This is where a lot of coffee from the United States comes from, right here in La Union. So and this is where we do a lot of our stuff, a lot of our ministry and things like that. So I actually have a church up here that's called Lapacoy, and we're gonna go by there today as we travel on the Campanario. The Campanario, we just stopped to pick up one of the pastors, Lalo and his wife. They're in the back there, and they're going with us to Campanario and talk with some other pastors. So we'll keep you guys updated. Here we are getting closer. Pastor Lalo is pastor of the church you can see over there on that other hill there. We're just going to go by that church right now because we got to go to another place, but that's where his church is, and we've been working there in that church since 1991. So we built the block church in 1993, and it's been there ever since. And there were times when I lived there for months at a time as we were working in these mountain ranges around La Union. So great memories for me. This is a taxi service in the mountains. I think there's probably like 25, 30 people in the bed of that Nissan truck. That's how everybody gets around here. They just ride in the back of the trucks. There's times when we've had our truck full like that. Pretty extreme four-wheel drive conditions too. The good thing is, like today, this road's pretty good, so it's not too bad. But you can see them sitting on the roof of the truck and standing on the back bumper. It's just life in Guatemala, in the mountains of Guatemala. So pray for these people. This is La Union. It's a village up in the mountains, about 4,500 people, 5,000 people. It's like the center of this mountain range. This is all the coffee, everything business, coffee, everything done up here in these mountains comes through this town. So it's a quaint little town. I love it up here. It's kind of cool. There in this area, there's some Cherokee Indians also. So, but it's a quaint little town. We've been going here for years. At one point in my life, we lived up here, my wife and I, and my 3 daughters. We were doing church work up here. So, but now we're back as a couple. We've been there for the last 10 years. But we love this area and we love this place. People here, it's changed, you know. It's a lot of stuff changed, but it's a cool place. So right now we're gonna drop down into where the soccer field is and all the gas station. It's like one gas station in the whole town. So, but it's a pretty cool place. So, here we are again. Got as far as the truck will go. So now we're walking up the side of the mountain. In the middle of coffee. It's all coffee around us. So they got me sucking wind here, but it's all part of the deal. So we're going up to the guy's house. The guy's name's Eric, and see what they got going. So this is what we come to see. The church building up here in Campanario, La Unión, and it's a group of people here that they kind of been left out on their own, and so they come here to ask us if we could help them out, mostly with covering, teaching, things like that. So this is Eric, and he's kind of the guy pastoring here. So we'll see what we got going here. So this is the inside. Praise God, this is a cool place. So, Eric, ¿cuántas personas reúnen aquí?
De 15 a 20.
So we got about 20 people meeting here each service. So that's pretty good. I'd like to see more coming, but hey, we'll see what happens. Here we are. We're heading back down out of Campanario. Turns out I've known this guy for a long time. Preached in his house there about 15 years ago. And we're looking for covering, spiritual covering. We prayed and we talked, and looks like we're going to go forward with this. We talked about property for the church and members, a little bit of doctrinal stuff. We're going to continue meeting. They're going to come to my pastor's meeting that I have the first Friday of every month, and we'll go from there. But it looks pretty good. They're all out there by themselves right now, and they don't like that. I can understand that, because we really want to be able to help them get a real vision, follow that vision out, and start raising some people up to send out and do that vision. So a good deal. This is a good trip, successful. And so now we're heading back down to La Unión, and we're going to go over to Casarte and do a service there. So visit you in a few minutes. Oh, here we are, driving down the place we're having service in the Lejigua, and we had a good time over in Campanario, but now we're gonna share the word here and chase these ducks down. But again, you know, it's good because it's dry weather and it's easy to get into these places. So on the other side of that mountain, we got to go over there sometime next week and go see one of the kids that was in the orphanage we were running, see how he's doing. So we'll be back here next week sometime, but for now we'll just be right here doing what we got to do here. So looking forward to being with the folks here and sharing with them, and just watching what God does here. So looking forward to it. Got another guy that's gonna share with me today, and Trust that God's going to give him something to say, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. So you can see this road's, it's fun. It's a little fun. So it's kind of steep, like straight down here and then straight up the other side. So got some good ruts in the road. Trying to avoid getting in them and just keep going down until we get to the place we're going to. Find a place to turn around, and when we're done, we'll go out and head back down to the Capa. So I got Elvin with me, and Alex, or Chepe, and Lalo and his wife. So here we are. This is the place. So I'm gonna go down there and turn around, but this is the place we're going to right there. So. It's the best parking spot on the hill. So just think you get an idea how inclined it is. That's the level. So it's a pretty steep hill. We're going down to the church here and have a service. Getting ready to do a service up here in the mountains. Still waiting for more people to show up. It's a new church plant. Basically, it's just some old laminate roof. You can see the walls, but it's a good place to meet. It's brutal hot right now. It's 106 is the Capa right now. So a little bit cooler up here in the mountains. Might be 102. So anyway, we're having fun.
Más altivo, mira de lejos. Si anduviere yo en medio de la angustia, óigalo bien, tú me vivificarás contra la ira.
We're back from the trip. We had a good trip, had a good visit, both places. Didn't have as many people show up for the service as we wanted, but you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. The first service we had there was I had about 25 people, so today we only had about 10 maybe, and but that's how it goes. The visit with the other pastor went well. He's gonna start visiting, coming to our pastors' meetings once a month, and so we had a great time in the mountains. We had a great time visiting, and so it was a good day. We really enjoyed what we were doing, and so we hope you enjoyed it too. Please subscribe to our channel. We're just starting, so it's not the greatest yet, but hey, you know, it's a start, and so we're getting better, and we're just enjoying it. So we hope you did too. God bless.